Okay. I hope. Okay, let's see. So. All right. I know I should be more prepared, guys. Hello, everyone. Stella, how are you, sweetheart? Hi, Ken. Okay. Don't mind me, guys. I didn't feel like doing my hair today, so I rocked a hat. Hi, Allie, Cicely. All right. Okay. How are you guys? How was your week so far? Hi, Sojia. How are you? It's so nice to see all you guys here. I'm so happy to be here today, as always. As always, guys. Been a long day. I gotta tell you guys, it's been a pretty hectic week. But it didn't stop me from being here today with you guys because, you guys really helped me take my mind off of, believe it or not, you helped me take my mind off of a lot of stressful situations. But if I seem a little off, please don't mind me. I just recently found out that another relative of mine passed away. And I'm hanging in there. I'm really trying to maintain the focus. That's what I got to do. That's what we have to do, is just be focused. And, I might not be on too long tonight, guys. I hope you guys understand. I'm sorry. But I didn't want to miss the live. I didn't want to miss being here with you guys. And I didn't want to miss, we're doing, it's a weekly live, but it's a weekly check-in. Okay. It's pretty much, being here for one another, and and just oh, thank you, Cicely, thank you. I it was unexpected. It was it's unfortunate, but God is giving me strength. He's giving my family strength, so we are just taking it one day at a time. And like I said, I didn't want to not be here. You guys, Amanda's here with me. You guys really you really helped me. You help me a lot more than you think, guys. So I know a lot of people think that I'm helping them, but you guys really help me way more. And just the fact of you being here, that means a lot to me. It really, really does mean a lot to me. Thank you, Stella. Thank you, Allie. Yeah, it's rough. It's rough, but you know what? I can have comfort in saying that she's not suffering, and it was peaceful, so that's a big it's the that's probably the most comforting part for me. But she is with us in spirit, so that definitely is what counts. And I say that if you have family, guys, that are dealing with things, are going through certain things in their lives, just do that quick check on them, check in on them, and make sure, if you have anyone who, or know anyone who suffers depression, who suffers any type of any type of mental health issues, definitely check in on them, and just make sure everything is on the up and up. And if you have children, older children, I'm not saying that you guys don't check in on your kids, but if you do, it's always good. Be the nosy parent. Be the nosy parent. Be the pain in the butt parent. It's a lot better to be a pain in the butt parent than not really know what's going on. So definitely do that. Oh, Stella, I'm so sorry. Yeah, it's you know, it definitely is. It's rough. It really is rough. And it's important. This is also, you know, primarily the reason why I do these lives with you guys, because I like to make sure that you guys are good. I like to make sure that you guys are, you know, you're moving forward, and you're taking good care of yourselves mentally. You're doing what's necessary to protect your peace, because remember, peace is priority, you know, and that's what we need to do. And my hair is just all over the place. I'm sorry. But that's also primarily the reason. You know, I always like to make sure. Thank you. I'm sorry, Tafa. Thank you, sweetheart. Ken, thank you. G, thank you so much. It's you know, it's just it's our weekly gathering, and we're here for one another. You know, I mean, when you were going through emotions, when you were dealing with everything, you know, I don't know about you, I didn't really have many people there for me. I mean, I had a couple of friends there for me, but not many people who really understood what I was dealing with, what I was facing, you know. And depression doesn't just have to be with a traumatic experience. Depression is, you know, something that you can inherit through, you know, family traits, and it's just a hereditary thing. So, you know, anxiety, different things that involve mental health. It's just important that we, you know, which is why I say it's good to go to therapy. Therapy is a very, very good it's a good thing to do for yourself, you know. I consider that to be, you know, a way to pampering ourselves. You know, I have gone to therapy. I currently don't go to therapy right now, but I will, you know, once I get my life in order because it's so busy. But it's just a way to do that mental checkup, you know, and it's important, right? It's important for us to do that because depression is, it's just, it's something you can't control. You know, it's something that it just comes to you, and sometimes you don't understand why. You know, one minute you could be happy go lucky, you're good, you're feeling all right, and then the next minute it's, you know, it's thank you official, thank you sweetheart. It's um it's just a it's just a draining moment. It's a very sad moment, and you know, you just got to really, it's just important to make sure that your mental health is intact, and that your mental health is, you know, is being taken care of. um you know, I was saying in last night's live on TikTok, you know, whether you go once a month, every other week, however many times you want to go, you know, however many times you feel you need to go, do it. Do it. You know, it's all about you. It's about taking care of yourself. And some people, I think, I don't know why people sometimes frown upon therapy, or if they find out someone is seeing a therapist or someone's going for professional help, it's like, oh, what's wrong with you? Why? You know, there doesn't have to be anything wrong with you to see a therapist. It's just basically going to someone who's, you know, not biased, who's unbiased, who is listening to, you know, what issues you do have, or, you know, certain things you want to work on in your life. And they have the credentials to help navigate you through what you need to go through, and how you need to accomplish it. So there's nothing wrong with it. I don't really know why people, like, some people frown upon it. But definitely, you know, definitely, if you can. I know therapy, it does cost money. I know that, you know, you have to go through certain avenues, but if you are able to do it, you know, even at bare minimum, do it. Go for it. It's there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. Yeah, yeah, Ali. And PTSD, you know, you know, I'm glad you brought that up, because I did want to talk about that. PTSD is, you know, it's one of the biggest problems, I think, that a lot of people, you know, whether it be conscious or subconscious, PTSD is just, it's a part of us that really restrains us. It really holds us back. It keeps us from progressing. It keeps us from evolving. And when you go to therapy, you know, will it cure you of it? Probably not. Probably not. it may not cure you, because I don't really think there really is a cure for PTSD. That's just, an emotional and psychological response to trauma. And I think in some cases we all have a form of PTSD. So we're all going to have to, try to learn to like live around it, because it could be very detrimental, or you can make it work for you. You can make it work for you. We talk a lot about narcissism. We talk about a lot about relationships, toxic relationships, and dealing with narcissistic people or dealing with narcissists. And, you know, we have, and I'm sure all of you have had some form of PTSD from this. Okay. And what I want to tell you is I've had it myself. And there's probably a bit of it that still lingers within me, but I think that's because I kind of chose to keep it there. Not so much to take over my life, but in a way to kind of help remind myself, what I had gone through, what I don't want to experience again, and what I need to do to make sure I don't go through it again. Okay. But you have victims who have suffered narcissistic abuse, and they have severe PTSD, CPTSD, and they have not done any of the work, none of the work whatsoever. And what they end up doing is they end up like a narcissist, they can end up adopting the abusive behaviors that were, projected onto them. I'm sorry, guys, give me 1 second. Absolutely. G says there's nothing more rewarding to see one of my clients express their stories for the first time. It's beautiful. I sometimes cry with them. Absolutely. It's when you hear the stories and you get people who talk to you about their situations, it just gives you, I don't know, like for me, it gives me a newfound appreciation. It really does. It just really gives me that, this person had gone through all of this, but they're still hopeful. And that's what makes it rewarding. They're still hopeful, because people who are not hopeful are people who don't want to get help. People who are not hopeful are people who are just like, you know what? This is my life. This is how it's always going to be. What's the point? And they give up. They give up. But when you have people who are seeking help, seeking answers, they're really showing that I'm trying hard not to be cold and bitter and detached like the person who has in fact abused me. I want to have something meaningful, have something normal, and I just need to find my way. I need to find my way there. I always believe that people who encounter abusive people, whether it be verbally, emotionally, mentally, physically abusive people, narcissistic people, it's just a part of, encountering these people is really just a way to kind of push you in the direction that you need to go. And by that is, their trauma really, the expression of their trauma reveals something about yourself. It reveals something about what it is that you need to work on within yourself. And if you notice, guys, I took last night's live from the TikTok, and I saved the video and I actually put it up on YouTube, and it was a bumping live. Like, it felt really, really good. There were a lot of different points that I brought up there, and one of the things, I actually kind of surprised myself with it, but one of the things that I brought up was, you end up meeting someone who, in essence, represents the trauma, the suppressed trauma that you have. Meeting these people, that's inevitable. Meeting a narcissist is inevitable. You're not going to be able to avoid these people until you get to know, because you can't tell who a narcissist is. You can't tell if the person is or isn't a narcissistic person. You can't tell if they're a selfish person or not, an emotionally avoidant person, a detached person. You can't tell these things until you get to really know them. The difference between then and now is, then there were certain things, certain red flags that kind of flew over our heads. We were kind of passive aggressive towards them. We were just basically kind of giving the benefit of the doubt and not really, not really digging deep as far as those red flags were concerned. Now that you've gone through your experiences, now that you managed to, see things firsthand, now you know what to do if you see a red flag coming a mile away. All right. If there's something that they say or do that doesn't sit right with you, or if there's something that, it just poses as you, because listen, it doesn't matter the size of the flag, guys. It doesn't matter the size of the red flag. It could be this tiny, but sometimes it takes a red flag that's this tiny, to start off a whole big colossal full of bullshit. Whereas it goes from something so small to something great. Okay. So when you start seeing certain things, like you'll start noticing if you come in contact with new people, and if you decide to put yourself out there, you decide to start dating, you decide to start, doing more with yourself because, you've worked on yourself. You are, you're still somewhat healing, but it's not as severe as it was when you started. You'll start noticing different things that you don't like, and you'll start saying, you know what, this is just says red flag. It doesn't even have to say narcissism. This is just a red flag that I just don't want to get involved with. Okay, because now it's kind of like God testing you. It's like you being tested. Did you learn? Did you learn from this? Did you really truly learn from this? Okay, I'm gonna throw someone your way. I'm gonna throw someone who's beautiful. I'm gonna throw someone who is, who, or let me rephrase that. I'm going to allow someone into your life who has the very pretty rapper, who is, gorgeous and, charming and just sweet and all of this stuff. And I want to see if you really learned your lesson. I want to see if you can spot the red flags, if you can spot what they're doing or what their next move might be. I want to see if you can do these things. And in learning everything I learned, it's like not any little thing, because I'm not that, I'm one, I'll give the benefit of the doubt on certain things, but if it seems like it's going to be a problem in the future and I can already foresee that being a problem, I just won't entertain it. But I'm learning that certain behaviors, certain things are, things that I would have put up with before. Okay, actions I would have put up with before. I'm not doing that now. I am not doing that now. I'm like, nope. You get cut off quick. Like it's not about, well, let me just give them let me see if this person may change over time. No, screw that. Screw that. Okay. If you are already showing me red flags and this is just the beginning stage, it's only a matter of time until things start getting worse after, so all the things, we pretty much have to do the opposite of what it was we were doing before. Okay. We have to do the opposite. So everything you would have put up with before, now you're like, no, I am not even going to consider entertaining this. Not going to happen. People, it was another thing I brought up yesterday, when people hold on to relationships for longer than what's necessary. So if you're with a narcissist and, some people clearly who don't understand what you've experienced, they're going to basically try to, they're going to try to put you in the spotlight. They might try to put you under the, in the hot seat and say, well, if this person was like this and this person was like that, why did you stay with them so long? Okay. Why did you stay in a relationship with them if this was who they were? And I gave a prime example yesterday because, for me, you guys know me, telling my stories, speaking on my own truth. I have no shame in it. But we often hold on to the person or the people in our lives who are narcissistic, who are abusive, who are manipulative, who are emotionally, they just created so much emotional trauma. We hold on to these people because we hold on to the good that we thought was there. Okay, you hold on to the good things they did for you. You hold on to the good times you've had. You know, different. I don't know, like different holidays you celebrated, and you guys were in such a good space. You hold on to these things. So, you know, this is basically you being conditioned. You know, like remember how I told you guys on Monday they could be really rude and crude and nasty towards you and say all kinds of things that would hurt your feeling and just really like, you know, even put you down, whatever the case may be. And then, you know, come Wednesday, it's, you know, they're coming home with flowers, they're bringing you gifts, they love you, they're all over you, they're hugging you, they're kissing you, you know. And then come Friday, it's back to the same bullshit. And then come Sunday, it's, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to, whatever the case may be. That's conditioning you. You were being conditioned throughout your relationship. You know, it's reward and punishment. And if you didn't do anything that they, you know, that met their needs or that made them feel good about themselves, you know, that's you were in a relationship to work. That's where you were. You were in a relationship to work. That person was putting in, if they were putting anything in, bare minimum. And it was all on you. Your one-sided relationship. You know, you put in most of the work, you put in most of the emotions, you put in, you know, most of the financial, the finances, you put in pretty much mostly everything. Hi Tammy. Hi Ty. um Let me just make sure. I'm just give me one second, guys. Stella, I had a dude send me his cell number. I don't know him. He made a comment why I didn't text him. I said, look, I don't know you. He said, here we go, humor me. And I ghosted that number. Yeah. Yeah, no. If when people do that, I never understood that. When they like just want to give you their phone number after stating one sentence to you. I mean, listen, I without getting to really know someone, without really talking to someone and really feeling the vibe with someone, just to go straight from saying hello, here's my number. Yeah, that's something's wrong with that. I don't I personally, I don't like that. That puts way too much pressure on you. And not only that, but it's like, bro, you don't even know me. I don't know you. And you're just giving me that, like, that kind of sends desperation, you know? And if someone does that with you and they don't even know you, God knows how many other females they're doing it with. So it's not worth bothering with. Hi Tammy, nice to meet you. But yeah, you know, in your relationship, you were doing all of this, you know, you were trying to fulfill their needs. It was another point that I brought up yesterday too, which was it kind of dawned on me and I didn't realize until I actually brought it up. But you were, you know, with the whole walking on eggshells, you know, you were walking on eggshells trying to do things that would not inflict. Now, you guys weren't thinking about narcissistic injury because at the time you really didn't know about it, right? But you were doing things in your relationship and walking on eggshells, you know, trying not to inflict narcissistic injury, which means trying not to do things that would, you know, affect their insecurities. Okay, if you do something that affects their insecurities, if you criticize them, if you know, if you try to make a point about something and it reflects on them in a negative aspect, then that would be synonymous to inflicting narcissistic injury. And you know, you pretty much try to keep everything on an even keel, which is why in your relationship, in your dynamic, you were classified as the enabler. Okay, because it just basically the toxic behaviors were there, they were there. Okay, but because of the fact that you were still staying there in spite of those toxic behaviors, and you were still, you know, you were their biggest fan, you were their biggest cheerleader, you were their, you know, they were your MVP in the relationship. You still being there, you still staying in the dynamic, it was pretty much enabling their behaviors. All right. And I've plenty of times told you guys, once they saw that they can get away with certain things, it was pretty much, you know, it was go time for them. It was go time for them. And then at the end, when you got to a point, because everyone reacts differently, but when you got to a point where it became too much and you felt the need to say something, or if you felt the need to just, you know, open up your mouth about it, then it would, you know, it would be, oh my gosh, did I just lose my train of thought? I think I did. Wait, I'm winging it, guys. I really am winging it, and I'm winging it on a brain that is fried right now. Wait. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. I'm like, but when you got to the point that you know, wanted to say something because enough was enough, then it would be like you would get a response of audacity. Like, how dare you tell me about my BS? How dare you point out my flaws? How dare you do these things when you sat here all this time allowing me to do all of these things? This is what makes them feel entitled when they are pretty much getting away with stuff. They're getting away with saying certain things to you, doing certain things, and it's building up that entitlement. Like, I'm entitled to do these things because you've already allowed me to get away with these things. You've already allowed me to, you know, to violate your boundaries, to disrespect you, to hurt you, to make you feel some kind of way about yourself. And now you're standing up to me and you get a response of the audacity. Okay. Someone shows you that type of response when they feel entitled to, you know, to cross those boundaries in your dynamic. And that goes with family and it goes with relationships, clearly. So especially family, I think that's more common with family members, though. You know, it is common in relationships, but it's more common with family. When you have, you know, you just start creating boundaries and you're like, no, this isn't working for me, this isn't right, this isn't cool. And it's they, you know, they would tend to throw that, oh, somebody's talking about me, jeez, my ears ringing. um they would, you know, throw that family card. They would basically be on some, well, you know, we're family. And, you know, for some reason, family members, and I'm not saying all family members, but it's toxic family members, feel that there is no need to respect you. They feel it's no need to respect their children, that there's no need to, you know, because they can say and do what they want and get away with it. And you know what? We're family, we're blood. So, you know, who are you to say anything about it? You're going to go against your blood, you're going to go against your family. Listen, blood makes you related. That's all it does. Blood just makes you related. It does not make you, you know, it doesn't make you a unit, because you can have people in your life that you've had friends, you know, you've had colleagues, anybody else that's not blood related to you, and they can prove themselves as, you know, more as family to you than your own family. All right. I've seen situations where family would do some grimy stuff to one another. And it's like, wow, like who does that? You know, talking about each other, gossiping, you know, stealing from one another, just doing all types of stuff. And it's like, but they do it because they're family. They're family, and because they can. Erica, do all narcissists micro cheat? The ex I dated was into online chatting with multiple women. Well, it's fairly common that narcissists do cheat. You know, it is common for them to cheat. A lot of them, you know, they find it easier because a lot of narcissists like to use dating sites and you know, to find their next victims or their new form of supply. But I think a lot of them probably use dating sites because, I mean, listen, you're the loyal one, right? You're the loyal one. You're the one who's in the relationship. You're the one who is completely devoted to the relationship. You know, you've managed to show them that. You've shown them that, They have all of your loyalty, all of your respect, all of your attention. They have you in the palm of their hand. It's my personal opinion when it boils down to the online dating. And one of the reasons, probably the biggest reason why they use online dating is because they know the chance of you being on there is very slim to none. The chance of you catching them on there is slim to none. You are clearly invested in this relationship. So it's easier for them to go on to online dating sites to, meet other women, meet other men, because you're not there. You can't catch them on there. Okay. It's, they may not even use their real pictures. They may not, just to kind of cover their tracks just in case, until they get to know the person. And then they may, they may send that person their actual pictures. I think that's like more on the, like, with the married serial cheaters. Those are the ones who kind of, to protect their identity, because they don't want to chance, their wife or their husband finding out. But I think, truthfully, I think that when it boils down to the cheating, I mean, we know that it makes, when it boils down to the cheating, it's primarily for their supply, their narcissistic supply. They may not physically cheat. They may not sleep with the people. They may not do, but because they crave the supply, they crave the attention. You have people who cheat because they want to feel like they still got it, or they feel so low about themselves, and your supply is not enough to validate them. I mean, come on, we have 24 hours in a day. So if they are constantly in need of your supply, if they're constantly in need of your validation, your ego stroking and all of this, and you cannot give it to them all the time, you can't always reassure them every single time. It's like, it's an addiction. It's just like, I have a job. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got a full-time job. Like, what more do you want? And when the discard comes, common responses to victims, when it boils down to being discarded, if the victim is being discarded by the narcissist, it's pretty much, hold on one second. Daniel, I don't need a sugar daddy. I make my own money. Thank you. But it's common. This please, because he's throwing me off, and I'm just like, oh, I get those guys. I get those the people who are like just looking to irk me, looking to irk me. I'm telling you. But anyway. I just can't sometimes, guys. I really can't. I try. And he just threw me off. You see? People want to throw me off my game. Goodness gracious. But yeah, when it boils down to the discard, guys, when it comes to them discarding you, you know what? And Amanda she read me a passage in the book that you were reading about when people take the, like the projection, they take it personally.
Yeah, they're emotionally dumping.
But it's when they take it personally. She was reading a book, and it was a passage she read to me, and it said, when we take on someone else's baggage, when we take on the projection from other people, it's kind of, and I'm paraphrasing here, it's kind of a selfish way of thinking, because we think that their issues are because of us. So it's kind of like saying, you're kind of vain to believe that this person is being this way towards you because of you, because you're assuming that is how, how they feel about you. Okay.
When it's really about them.
When it's really about them, which is what I was saying before, that their projection is about them. Okay. What they project onto you, that's them. Okay. That is all them. Whatever they projected onto you. Listen, if you did not do anything, okay, and by do anything, I mean if you didn't emotionally abuse them psychologically, physically. You did not, you didn't instill any type of, you didn't implement any type of manipulation. You didn't do anything to warrant these types of responses. It's projection. It's all about them. It's all about them. I almost bit my tongue. It's all about them. Okay. Somebody doesn't want me getting these words out. I don't know why, but that's pretty much what it is. Okay. Their projection is not about you. Okay. Their opinions about you is not about you. Okay. Because an opinion is simply that. It's not a fact. Okay. But when it comes to the discard, a lot of the time they like to evade accountability. All right. So if you thought your relationship was going great, you thought, or even if you had issues and you thought you were working on it with them, you guys were working together and you were under that impression, yes, we have issues, but we're working through them. And then, the discard hits you and it just throws you for a loop. It's just like, what the hell just happened? Because they don't want to take accountability for their actions, for the fact that they coherently chose to entertain other people outside of your relationship. They were aware in their actions and all the things that they were doing. What have I told you guys before? If you were discarded in December, that discard was planned in August, July, August. Okay. They were aware of what it is they were going to do. And to avoid accountability for their actions, because they will never sit there and admit to being wrong. They won't sit there and, really see your perspective, see your side of things. So they'll deflect onto you. Okay. They'll deflect onto you. They may tell you something along the lines of, we don't, you aren't the way you were when we first met. Or these are just examples, guys. You don't do the things that you used to do when we first got together. Okay. Or they may tell you, you're, I'm trying to find a good well, not a good example, but or maybe they might say something about you physically. Sometimes they might try to be mean with it, and they may try to, like, push that onto you. They may say, you let yourself go and it's just, you're not attractive anymore, something to that effect. Okay. It's mean, it's hurtful, it's something that's going to push you away. And at the same time, it's their way of avoiding accountability for their actions, because the reality is they were wrong. So they're going to say things that reflect negatively on you, rather than just say, I am interested in being with someone else because, I'm not a commitment type of person. I like to keep my options open. I avoid intimacy because I'm afraid of it. Whatever the case may be, I'm a codependent narcissist. They will not tell you those things. They will say something that reflects negatively onto you, to have you thinking that you are the problem. You are what's wrong with the relationship. You are the reason why they chose to go outside of your relationship, deal with someone else, go outside of your relationship, entertain other options, and they will have you sitting there feeling really shitty about yourself. Sometimes they may not tell you flat out. Sometimes it just shows in their actions. So the ones who don't tell you directly or don't say anything directly will depend on gaslighting you. So they'll basically, their actions and their words do not match. They don't match at all. Okay. So if you see them doing something, you see them, what are the normal things that they're doing? They're stonewalling you. They're giving you the silent treatment. They're pushing you away. They're creating that wedge, right? They're giving you that distance. They are slowly detaching from you. Okay. And keep in mind, guys, if you were with a narcissist, even if it wasn't love, because there is a difference between love and attachment. Okay. They were attached to you. They were attached to you. But just as easily as they attach, they can detach. Okay. They're emotionally avoidant people. They are emotionally avoidant. They're emotionally unavailable. So, through all of this, they're gaslighting you. They're telling you what you want to hear. Yet, you have an idea because their actions are saying otherwise. Now, some of them, they try to be they try to be real slick with it too, okay? They will try to be slick with it. All right? And I've already given you guys some examples with my, my situations with regards to what I had gone through when I was being gaslit. But they'll try to be slick with it. And in the end, when you try to confront them on it, they're going to really lay on that gaslighting real thick. You don't know what you're talking about. You are paranoid. This is not going on. I told you I wouldn't do something like this to you. They will say every and anything to keep you at arm's length. Okay. And all while they're grooming that new supply. Their words do not match their actions. Okay. So if you were dealing with them and they were giving you that gaslighting, there are different people who are coming into the picture all of a sudden. Okay, different people are coming into the picture. Exes are coming back, and it's just, it's forget about you. You don't exist. You did not exist. You are simply someone that they used to know. I so hate saying it that way, but it's the truth. It is the truth. Okay, and all of a sudden you're outcasted. Nobody knows you. Nobody knows you. Nobody checks in on you. Nobody tries to see how you're doing. Nothing. It's pretty much, okay, another one bites the dust. When you are dealing with these people, and this is why I tell you guys, don't sit there relying on their family to be, to being sweet and kind and loving and caring to you. Maybe during the time that you were in the relationship with them, yes, they were showing you love, and it's not even genuine love. They were showing you love because you were the flavor of the year, flavor of the month, flavor of the day, whatever that is. These people are pretty much already equipped. They are already prepared for your departure. Okay? Because the family already knows what kind of person they are. So, with the family already knowing what kind of person they are and how they are in their relationships, they already know it's just a matter of time. That's all it is. And how you know, okay, that these people never had your back, how these people never had your interested heart, how these people did not really, didn't want to get involved, especially when they know what type of people these are, is they never took the initiative to say, this person, which is you, the victim, the survivor, seems like a really nice person. This person is genuine. This person is kind. This person does not know what they're getting themselves into. And I feel the need to just move forward and tell this person, you need to get out of this relationship. You need to just leave the person alone. They don't tell you these things because you are taking away the bully or one of the bullies from putting that lashing onto them, from picking on them, from bothering them. You're pretty much that person was foisted onto you. Okay. Or the family had gained something out of it too. The family gained something out of it. Okay. Believe it or not, family members of a narcissist can gain off of your pain. They can gain off of you. Okay. All the time you were in the relationship, if you were contributing, if you were, doing, you're a people pleaser and you were doing the utmost and you were putting yourself, they can gain off of that as well. All right. Or yes, or help them live. Tapa says they don't even view people as people. So there's that too. Only if you're useful to them or not, or can help them look good. Yes, they look for people, narcissistic people, narcissists look for people that are going to make them look good, but that don't look better than them. Okay. They're looking for people who make them look good, especially in the spotlight, especially in public, but that person doesn't exceed the narcissist. Okay. It's all about them. It's all about making them look good. It's all about making them appear, you know, and they get away with a lot of it. They get away with a lot of it because if you notice, while you're being conditioned, you are, you know, you are thinking that you're happy, you're thinking that things are great, you're thinking that the relationship is stable, and you're posting about it. You're online, you're posting about how much you're in love, how much you care about this person. You're making out your relationship out to be something that is, you know, a beautiful picture. It's a beautiful picture. But the reality of it is that you were being conditioned. You were being conditioned because just as much as you put that beautiful picture of guarantee by the end of the night, okay, you were either getting put down, you were getting nasty attitudes, you were, you know, bickering, fighting, whatever the case. It's all about keeping an image. That's all it is. It's all about keeping an image. Yes. See, look, and Tappa just said it. And if you do look better than them, they'll make sure and make you feel like trash so you can get brought down a notch. Exactly. Exactly. And the thing of that too is that it's like I said, narcissistic injury. Okay. So if you're triggering their insecurities, or if you are, you know, you are basically you're getting that attention, it doesn't even have to be intentional. If you're getting that attention, that triggers their jealousy, that triggers the insecurities, you know, it can trigger the rage, and they will basically try to, just like she said, bring you down a notch. They want to make sure that you're beneath them. Okay, they want to feel superior. And if they don't feel superior, if they feel like, you know, you're taking over things, or, you know, it's pretty much all about you, the attention, the spotlight is being taken away from them and put onto you, they get very competitive. They get competitive, and they might even try to triangulate you. They might try to triangulate you. They might try to make you feel bad about yourself by trying to, first of all, if you got to put someone else down to feel good about yourself, that's pretty pathetic. That is pathetic. You should not have to put someone else down because you want to feel good about yourself, especially when that person is not your enemy. That person is not in competition with you. You guys don't realize it, but a lot of you were probably in competition with your partners. You were probably in competition and you didn't even know that you were in competition. Okay, the one-sided behaviors, the, you know, the what you're doing or the attention you're getting is pissing me off. It's making me feel some kind of way, but yet they can do it. They can go out there and they can do it themselves. They can go ahead and act a fool. They can go ahead and, you know, one of the issues, and it's crazy because I don't have an issue with social media. I personally, you know, we use social media to keep in contact with family, to keep in contact with friends, you know, to keep up to date with current events, and, you know, make videos, have fun, just enjoy our lives and share it with people. I never had an issue with social media. But when I make certain sacrifices, because I didn't realize at the time that it was affecting this person's insecurities, when I wasn't even intentionally trying to hurt this person, but they, you know, they made it clear to me that it bothered them. Yet they really didn't directly tell me, just take it down. It bothers me. You know, it makes me feel some kind of way. And even though I don't do anything to intentionally hurt people, at this, you know, with that same breath, I I respect the person that I'm with. I respect their feelings. So if they feel some kind of way, out of respect for them, I'm going to do it. But now I go and I do it, but that person goes and decides to get the social media accounts, the same accounts they didn't really want me having. So that didn't make sense to me. It didn't make sense. And, you know, personal accounts, I mean, listen, I personally, I have a lot of different platforms because, you know, I am creating awareness. I'm doing certain things. You know, this is more for professional reasons. You know, sometimes I'm not always professional, but you know, you guys know how it is. When it boils down to personal relationships, you know, it's gotten to the point that social media, which people blame it all the time as to why their relationships break up, why they, you know, they meet their demise. And it's not social media itself, it's the people on social media. Okay. You have good people on social media, but then you got some really shady people on social media too, especially, people who are jealous of other people's happiness, other people's relationships. And sometimes you want to avoid that. You have couples who don't have social media. You have couples who decide to stay away from it because they don't want to open that door. And then you have people who look to kind of make things exciting. Oh, well, if you trust me, then you wouldn't have a problem with me having social media. And that to me is like, you can't, you're comparing oranges and apples. You can't do that. You can't do that. I don't see anything wrong with having social media, but at the end of the day, my personal opinion, everybody's different. You guys, do what you feel best. If I'm in a relationship and I didn't have these platforms, I wouldn't have social media. I really wouldn't, because I don't feel the need to, you don't have to hide your relationship, but you have to protect it. You have to protect it. There are so many people in the world who are miserable and want to see you miserable. And your narcissistic ex is one of them. Okay. They don't want to see you happy with someone else. They don't want to see you be with someone else who's going to make you happy. They don't, especially when they couldn't give that to you. Or I should say, they wouldn't give that to you, because you can do pretty much anything you set your mind to. But the fact of the matter is, they wouldn't give that to you. They're like, no, why give you all of, what I know you deserve, when I could just simply, make you feel, throw you a little breadcrumb, and, because I know you really like me. I know you're really into me. I know you really care. And that's the other thing, guys. And that's that bullshit that I don't like. It's like, they know you are into them. They know you would do anything for them. They take advantage. They take you for granted, and they take advantage because they see your loyalty. They see how you are with them. Okay. And then what do? Let me take it up a notch. Let me take it up a notch. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, Gil, it's like I said, if I didn't, if or when, oh, official thank you. It's old. I gotta get a new one. I'm gonna get one with my name on it. I'm gonna do the bedazzle. I should do that. Bedazzle. Ali, I'm barely on Facebook, and I choose not to upload videos on here anymore because this woman and the other woman too, and for my mental health as well, it's just better not to be. Yeah. Listen, you don't have to. Everybody doesn't need to know what's going on in your life, and everybody doesn't need to. Just share it with people that would appreciate it, and that you can trust. Because you got just way too many people. Guys, I gotta tell you, I had to put my Instagram page, I had to put it private. I put my personal page private, and it's pretty much a way to just protect myself, because people love to steal pictures. People love to, do things with them that I don't even want to go there. But it's just a matter of, and then you got people who are into some real dark stuff, guys. Some of you guys may believe in that, some of you may not, but I'm a firm believer in it. I believe in God, so clearly I believe in God. I do believe that, the devil does exist. And you have people who will try to do some evil, dark stuff. They will try to do evil, dark things. Some people call it evil eyes. Some people call it, witchcraft. Some people call it, sending negative energies, and whatever the case may be. And there's just a world filled with too many shady, too many messed up people. And at the end of the day, you just got to learn how to, just protect yourself, protect your relationship, protect everything that stands with it. I have no issue in making it known that I'm in a relationship with someone. I have no issue with that. but I don't have to reveal who that person is. I don't have to sit here and show the world, well, this is my man and this is my baby, because the society has this thing, well, if you can't show your partner off, then what are you ashamed of? I'm not ashamed of anything. There's nothing to be ashamed of. But at the same time, I don't have to sit there and expose my relationship, expose the person that I'm with to everyone, because that attracts negativity. That attracts people who are jealous, who are, who pretty much want what you have. And it's like, and not to say that that person you're with is going to fall for that, but come on, let's we call spades a spade. When you started dating the person, you didn't know they were a narcissist, right? And then boom, look at what happens. Is that a chance you want to take? I personally, I look at it as, you know what? I'll keep my life private. I'll keep my life private. When the time comes, and if I'm in a relationship, you guys already know, I'll let you guys know. I'll keep it honest with you. I'll let you guys know. Yes, I'm in a relationship. I'm with someone. I'm happy. That's all that matters, because the people who matter to me are going to wish me nothing but the best and wish me nothing but blessings and happiness. But I'm not going to sit here, posting up all kinds of stuff. If you notice, that's what they do. They post up all kinds of stuff on social media. They'll put up, especially when they're trying to make you feel some kind of way, and they're trying to make you jealous. They're trying to make you, they're trying to hurt you even more, which you got to be really twisted to try to inflict more pain than you've already caused on someone. But hey, Ty. Ty goes, Erica, she said she was ashamed of me because I told her I had a sixth toe. Are you serious? That is just crazy. That is crazy. But you have people that are like that too. They're very superficial. The slightest flaw is like, no, I'm too good for that. No. It's like, well, are you serious? You're that superficial? That is crazy. Yes, Cicely, succubus. What did I tell you? Didn't I just tell you succubus? I was just talking to Amanda about it. Succubus, ancient terms for narcs. Yep, they are succubus energies or spirits, or succubus is for succubus are the ones who linger with the women that attach to the men, and I believe it's incubus for the ones who are attached to the men that attach to the women. Oh, I don't listen. Six toe. I don't care. I don't care as long as you're not toppling all over the place. That's fine by me. I never dated anyone with a six toe, but I don't judge. I don't. Ty always messing with me, guys. Stella, my ex always posted photos from Google pretending to be at Jack Astor's restaurant, other patios. He was never that there. It's an image. They have images they have to maintain, and that's always going to be their MO. Maintain the image, maintain the idea that I'm living my best life, that I'm good, that I don't need nobody, or they've already. Like, if you notice, you were in the picture, everything was great between you. You guys went through your motions, you went through the discard, and they're more I finally, like when they move on to their new supply, I finally found my happiness. I finally found someone who understands me, who appreciates me. Notice the word finally. They had that. But of course, they've already convinced other people that you were the abuser, you were the toxic one, you were the one who was, lying, manipulating, doing whatever. And if you notice that people are like, well, congratulations, I'm so happy for you. First of all, I can't stand two faces. I can't stand them with the passion. I cannot stand two faces with a passion. And it's crazy how they see, because people in their life have seen, if you treated them with respect, loving, loyalty, you were caring about them, everything, you just pretty much bend over backwards. There was nothing you wouldn't do. How do you go from that to actually believing someone, saying, well, this person was, all the malicious things they would say about you, all the things they would smear about your name? How did they go from that to just believing that off the bat? And then after everything's said and done, they congratulate the person for finding their soulmate, finding the true person who loves them and doesn't manipulate them and lie to them. And man, listen, I I I just say, when you leave them, leave everybody they're involved with behind. Leave it all behind. Then they plead for forgiveness as if they're capable. There was the forgiveness. Where was the forgiveness while you were severing my? They plead, yeah. I mean, some of them would come but let me tell you something, guys. And I don't want you guys to feel any kind of way about it, but that pleading for forgiveness, that coming to you to make amends, to make things right, to that is, it's completely, probably a very desperate move. That's a desperate move. That's a move they would make when they have absolutely no supply, or people are seeing through their shit, or they have lost people who were in their surroundings because people started seeing their nonsense, and they have basically become like a recluse. That would be like, you know, that would be a move of desperation. Okay. So it's not even genuine. It's not even, oh, please forgive me. I'm sorry for what I've done. None of that. None of that. Because, you guys got to remember the difference between regret and remorse. Okay. Regret and remorse. Remorse gets you the apology when it happened. Remorse gets you the apology when, it's fresh and everything is just at that point in time. Regret is when they are pretty much, they go MIA, they've ghosted or whatever, because they had their new supply and they just come out of the woodworks, and they're coming to you. And let me, guys, it's been 3 years for me. I still never got an apology. I never got an apology. I never got an apology for anything. Nothing. So, and as many times as the person had ample opportunity, I never got an apology. Okay. That person refuses to apologize for anything that they've done, which, I mean, listen, it is what it is, right? I was the bigger person, and I created the closure. I was the one who just walked away, and it takes a big person to just say, I'm releasing this in the hands of God, and I'm not going to be bitter about it. I'm not going to hold on to it, and it's hard for some people, it's hard to move on and never really get an apology for how you were mistreated, and how they really degraded you, you know, but you don't hold on to it. Like I stopped holding on to it. I was like, yo, this person is never gonna, because they're never gonna admit they're wrong. They're never going to admit they were wrong. They're never going to admit that they effed up. And in some cases, I'm almost 99.9% sure that the reason you guys probably never got an apology for anything is because they done did some shit they can't get themselves out of, and they already know for a fact, even if they came to apologize to you and they told you the truth about everything, every indiscretion, every infidelity, everything they've lied to you about, everything they've gaslit you about, they know for a fact you're not going to take them back. This is why they don't give you clarity. They don't give you clarity because it's like, with you not having clarity, it means you're stuck in your head. You're stuck in your head because you don't know the truth. You don't know the official truth of things. You go based off of what you see. You go based off. I mean, this is for people who didn't have clarity. If you guys know that your ex-narc cheated and they did all kinds of stuff, and you got that proof, you got your clarity, you pretty much got your closure in itself. But for those who never got the clarity of the situation, of what was going on, who never got like that official concrete proof, you know they really depend on you not having clarity, because that means that there's always a way to slither around the situation. If they come back into your life and you're like, I don't know, you get confused. That's exactly what's going to happen. You're going to end up getting confused because technically you really don't know what happened. Technically, you weren't there when it actually happened, or you really didn't see things. You didn't get concrete proof of stuff, and it puts you in a state of confusion because you don't know how to decide what you want to do. But I'm gonna tell you something, guys. That's the part of you that's on that trauma bond. Okay, that's the part of you that's on that trauma bond. And people who end up letting the perpetrator, back into their life, those are the people who are pretty much still attached to the situation. Because if you think about it, everything they've shown you in your relationship, the disrespect, the hurtful words, the put downs, the letdowns, during the discard, the gaslighting, the pain, the rage, everything, that was your clarity. That was your closure. They've shown you what kind of person they are and who they can become. They've shown you their true selves. For me, that was enough. That was enough for me to say, yeah, nah, I'm good. I'm good. It doesn't matter if you come back and give me clarity. It doesn't matter if you come back and apologize. It doesn't matter. You put the nail in the coffin with me when I finally just took the rose tinted glasses off and I saw everything for what it was. If they come back to you, you're still an option, dude. You guys are still an option, even if they come back after everything they did to you, because their life is in shit. Their life is not going the way they planned for it to go. They're, all that talk about, oh, I can do better than you, and all these people want me, and this and that, or with their actions showing you that they didn't give you any kind of regard, they didn't care, and they were out there putting themselves out there for other people, making you an option, making you feel like, damn, like I was nothing to you. And for them to come back after everything because it didn't work out the way they wanted it to, or it didn't happen the way they thought it was going to happen, that's still making you a freaking option. That's still demoting you, and that's decreasing their perception of your value. No, 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 no. We don't do that here. We don't do that here. John Neighbors says, when you meet someone new, go on vacation with them for a week. That will tell you real quick if they are a pain. You know what they do say? They say you don't really know someone until you've lived with them, and I listen, I ain't living with nobody. I'm too much. I become so independent that I'm not, but I can listen. I get it. I get it. Go on vacation with them for a week. That will tell you real quick if they are a pain. I guess if people want to do that, go on vacation with someone, me personally, I could tell within the first few minutes whether someone's going to be a pain in the ass or not. Ty says, don't get on their level. There's a saying, don't get in the mud with pigs because you both get dirty and the pig loves it. This is true. Cicely, yeah, I saw enough to stop going back, but none of it was good or worth it. It's so much unnecessary stress. Yeah. When you take away the good times, when you take away the I love yous, when you take away the celebrations, when you take away the friends and family that you thought had your back, you notice I'm doing all this in quotation marks, right, guys? When you take all of that away, what do you have left? What do you have left when you take all of that away? Okay, everything you thought was real, everything you thought was, it was part of who these individuals were. And let me tell you something. It doesn't take a narcissist. It doesn't have to be a narcissist. Disrespect is disrespect, guys. if they don't respect you, they don't respect your value, they don't respect who you are as a person, if they have the audacity to appraise you and say, you've depreciated in value, because that's exactly what it is. They've depreciated your value, disrespecting you, fighting with you, putting you in position to compete, triangulating you, doing all this stuff. Man, listen, you must not know who I am. You must not know who I am. Okay? They don't want you to know your value. They don't want you to know that you can do better. They don't want you to know, that you can have a sustainable relationship with someone else, or, just be happy somewhere else. They don't want you to know these things. That's why they gaslit you, because they always expected to be there. They always expected you to be there when they were ready to come back. All right, I went out there, I had my fun, I did whatever. It got boring real quick. I'm back here with you. No, the hell you're not. No, the hell you're not. Okay? You wanted to jump over the gate. You thought the grass was greener. You thought that, that looks better for you. You went for opportunity. Narcissistic people are very opportunistic. They go for better opportunity. They go for what they think is better, what they think is a good look for them. And you know what they say? Because it looks good doesn't make it a good look, right? So I am one who is very stern. I am one who's very set in my ways. I am one who's very, if you walk out my door, if you decide this is what you want to do, it's going to hurt me. I'm going to feel it. I'm going to cry through it. I'm going to go through the depression. I'm going to go through the anxiety. I'm going to go through the pain. I'm going to go through it. But when I get through it, trust and believe, where you left me is not where I will be. That is not where I will be. How you talk to me, you better think twice about it. How you treat me, think twice about it. Okay? Think twice about it. Because once I've seen a side of you that turns me off completely, once I've seen a side of you that just completely obliterates the high regard that I had you in, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Okay? There is not one ex that I have ever had that I have gone back to. I don't go back. I don't go back. I don't bother with anyone from my past. That's something that I've been doing for years before I found out about narcissism, because the majority of the time they have already shown me not only who they are, but they have cheated, they've lied, they have done, some really just painful, hurtful stuff. And I got through it. I managed to get through it. The only thing that made it different with this last person was because I was truly in love with that person. I was truly in love. I was head over heels in love with that person. And some people may say, well, because he even asked me plenty of times, why do you care about me? Why do you like me so much? Why do you want to be with me so much? Why? Those were the questions that I got asked a lot. And I couldn't understand until I finally realized, listen, he didn't ask to be the way he is. He didn't ask to have the kind of personality that he has. He didn't ask to feel the way he does because of whatever trauma went on in his life. But he had a choice. He did have a choice. And he chose to take on those abusive behaviors like the people who have projected those same abusive behaviors onto him. And he chose to project that onto me as well. You're not going to tell me, guys, if people are being disrespectful to you, if you have people that you were in relationships with or family dynamics with, they're being disrespectful, they're being cruel, they're being rude and crude, and they see your reaction, they see your face, they're like looking at you and you're asking them, why are you acting this way? Why are you talking to me this way? Why are you being this way? They are made aware that their actions are having a very negative effect on you and your emotions, and they don't give a shit. So at the end of the day, if someone tells me they didn't know, you can kiss my ass with that. They did know. They did know. Okay. And what I had gone through, I'm gonna tell you guys, man, that shit really did hurt. And it really put me in a very bad, it put me in a cold stance. Like I became very, very cold, okay? Extremely cold, to the point that I didn't want to open up to nobody. I didn't want to be vulnerable. I didn't want to deal with anybody. I didn't want to bother with anyone. And I just learned that, you know what? I'm not going to be like that. I'm not going to be like that. I had to self preserve. You guys have to self preserve in the meantime, because you have to protect yourself. You're very vulnerable. You're very susceptible to other people, feeding on your vulnerabilities, taking advantage of it. You're very susceptible to these things. So you have to self preserve. So sometimes that means, yes, you got to create that hard shell, because you have to lick your wounds. Nobody's going to do it for you. Nobody licked my wounds for me. Nobody, came to me and said, Erica, is there anything I can do? I had maybe, like I said, a couple of friends that were there, but it was short-lived. I had to do it on my own. And when you can do it on your own, you can experience all of this and then have to face your pain on your own, handle it on your own, and then come out stronger, like way stronger than you were when you went into it. Oh, come on. Come on. Your value is it's you're invaluable. Okay? They can't put a price on you, because you can do all of this on your own. To face this pain and do all of this on your own, and actually, heal yourself, reconstruct yourself, and rebuild yourself. You better not put that power in nobody else's hands. Okay, you learned your lesson. You managed to get through this. Some people haven't gotten to this stage. Some people haven't gotten to this point. Some people gave up. They gave up at the stage that you're in. They gave up at the stage we were in right after the discard. You guys have brought yourselves to this point, and to give that power, to put that power in someone else's hands to determine your value, your worth. No, no, don't do it, guys. You guys are on such a good path. You guys are on such a good path. Do not give that power. If you're going to give power to anyone, give it to God. Give it to the higher being. Give it to, give it to the one who actually wants to see you happy and see you succeed. Okay? You give it to him, and he will see you through whatever it is you need to go through. He will help you. He'll help fight those battles. As long as you are keeping it on the up and up with yourself, your self-love, you're keeping it on the up and up with other people, you're trying to lead a good, healthy life, and you're just a good person all in all, trust me. But to put that power in someone else's hands, we're human. We have naturally, we are naturally erroneous in life. That's just the way we are. We're not perfect. We're flawed people. So if you put that kind of power in another human being's hands, who can be easily influenced, easily deterred, they're going to run with it. They are going to run with it. Don't give it to them. Don't. When I got my power back, I said I'd love somebody to try me. I would love someone to try me. Try that on me. Yeah, I mean, John, people can stay single, because sometimes people try, and everybody has their reasons for being in relationships, but sometimes, people use relationships in replacement of therapy and replacement of self-love. The people who are considered, people who need to, for example, I relied on other people for validation as a codependent. I relied on validation, external validation from other people. So when I went through what I went through, I learned that nobody's going to validate me like I would validate myself. Nobody's going to give it to me, because you know what? As much as they give you validation, okay, they're the ones who hold the key. If you rely on other people to give you validation, they're the ones who hold the, what's that thing called for the IV? It's like, if you have an IV in your arm, the medicine is the validation. and they're the ones in charge of that. So they're the ones who say how much validation you get or how much you're worthy of getting, when you can actually just validate yourself and you can give yourself an unlimited amount of validation. You know, people, that's how people take advantage. It's okay to want to be in a relationship. It's okay to be in a relationship, but just make sure you're doing it for the right reasons. Make sure you're in it because you want to be in it, and because, oh, I'm sorry, hold on a second. Oh, gee, thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate you. Thank you, love. You know, if you want to be in a relationship, make sure it's for the right reasons. Make sure it's because it's just something that, you know, it makes you feel good, and make sure you're able to sustain your own emotions in that relationship. You don't rely on that person to fulfill you. You both should fulfill the relationship. So fill up the relationship and you both benefit from it. And make sure that that person is putting in an equal amount of time and effort as you are. Okay? But if you want to be single, it's okay to be single. It's okay to be single too. Being single just means that, hey, I don't want to be, but just be single because you want to be single. Don't be single because you're afraid to be with someone. You're afraid to be in a relationship. And because then you would just basically be you're why am I having what? I'm sorry. I really I can't with Amanda right now. I can't with her right now. Really? I'm sorry. She's doing okay. I have to share it with them now because she took she Amanda took my extensions and she put the hat with the extensions on. And if you guys have seen Amanda, you know that, you know, she usually cuts all her hair off. So it looks like she has a horse's tail on the back of her head. Oh my God. I should turn the camera over so they can see you. Oh my gosh. You hear her laughing. Guys, this one is my ponytail. My ponytail. It's the pony extension. It doesn't have clips. She went and she safety pinned it to the back of her hat.
Wait, I'm sweating. I'm sweating.
Stella wants to see it.
Wait, I'm gonna pee on myself. I swear I am. Jesus Christmas. Oh, it's hot. Wait, it's hot. How do you wear this shit? Look. Okay, wait. Oh damn, it came out. Wait. I gotta fix it. I gotta fix my mullet.
She safety pinned the hair.
Wait, I gotta fix it. I gotta fix my mullet. Okay.
Oh my Tychos, happen help us.
Wait, I was sitting with
We all need a good laugh, guys. We all need a good laugh.
Oh my God, I'm sweating. That shit's hot. How do you do this shit? It's too hot for this. God damn. Look. Hey. Ew, get it. Get it. Ew, get it. Alright. It's too hot for this. How the fuck you do this? Oh, shit. Oh, goddamn. Oh my god, I'm sweating.
Hot flashes.
And this is on your head? Shit. Oh my god, that was funny. I needed to make myself laugh.
I can't. Oh my gosh. I literally just turned over.
You want me to show you what I look like? Ow.
I turned over and I didn't even realize she put it. I didn't even realize she put it on.
Wait, because I was sitting like this with it.
Oh my gosh.
Wait. I gotta put this hot crap back on.
Ty goes, Amanda looks like she killed the man.
Well, damn, that's what it looks like.
Listen, okay.
Wait.
Okay.
I gotta fix my hair, Ty. Wait, man. Wait.
It looks, well, I have to wash it.
Whatever.
Dude.
Wait. Ow! Ooh, that could have been my eye. That could have been my eye. Wait. I'm trying not to kill myself for y'all.
I can't, guys. I can't.
Wait a minute. I'm gonna show y'all. Wait a minute. Wait.
At least you know we could.
Dang it.
This is so damn slow.
Well, shit. What you want, man?
Oh my gosh, guys.
Okay, wait. Okay.
Oh. Tammy goes, see, Ty, see? Making fun of people.
All right, you gotta guide me because I can't see. Guide me.
Now she just taking it.
Ow. Oh. I was sitting next to her like this.
Looking like Cousin It. I can't.
Okay, no, I'm really taking this off. It's too hot.
This is what I deal with, guys. This is what I deal with.
Thank God I cut my hair off.
Oh my gosh, guys. I think we definitely needed that. I needed that laugh. I definitely needed it. I'm glad it made everybody laugh. And Ty, don't be making fun of my hair, okay? I just gotta wash it. I haven't used it in a while, that's why. So yes, I wear extensions, guys. I do wear extensions. My hair is growing, but I do wear it. I agree, G. We definitely needed it.
Thank God it didn't catch on fire. That would have been the show.
I'm mad at the fact that she safety pinned it. She safety pinned it
to my hat. How was it gonna stay on?
You could have just put it and put the hat on.
No, it wasn't gonna stay.
Oh my gosh.
You know my head is big.
I like Tammy. She's funny. So you got Cherokee in your family? Oh my gosh, guys. This is what I deal with, but you know something? When you have friends like her, there will never be a dull moment. There will never be a dull moment. It's always fun. It's always fun.
You're lucky I didn't come with my other stuff.
Yeah, no, we're good. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely right, Stella. Absolutely right. I walk around flipping my hair even though it's not really mine, but it kind of do look like it is mine. You guys are crazy. You guys are crazy. And I'm so glad that you guys were here. I'm glad I came on tonight. I'm glad I was, we got into it. I think my dad, I saw a text message from my dad. I think my dad was watching too.
Great. Oh, he saw that.
I think my dad was watching the live.
Like, who's that drag queen?
Yes, Kara. Those are mine. Are usually clip-ins too. I do clip-ins too. I can't do the gluing and the sewing. I can't do because there are some days where I just don't feel like wearing them. So I could at least take them out. But yeah, I think I saw a text message from my dad. I think my dad is watching. If you're watching, hi daddy. I don't know if I think he was just watching. I don't think he was like, commenting or anything like that.
So it looked like I killed a mink.
Oh, Dad, you're here. My dad commented. Everybody say hi to my dad. My dad is here. Now he gets to see the craziness I go through with my
Oh great, now I just made a fool out of myself. That's just absolutely great.
She's one of my best friends, Daddy.
Oh Jesus. Great first impressions.
Customer service, yes, I do. I usually do for the holidays. I was gonna do it for Thanksgiving, but I did it the day after because it was Friday. But I do for the holidays, usually around Christmas, New Year's, Valentine's Day. Those are the main holiday, like the major holidays I do, especially for people who are just going through a discard and they want someone, they need someone to talk to. So I definitely do. And Dad, everybody's showing you love. Yeah, that's my dad is my big teddy bear. He's my I'm well, I would say a spitting image of my dad, but he's like, hello. I know I'm gonna hit him up because I think you're still in Florida, right? He's still having fun in the sun, and I'm here. But I love being here. So I love being here for everybody. He gets to see me live in action. He gets to see how I talk, and don't mind my cursing, Dad. I get emotional. I'm an emotional person. Oh, he's back home. You're back home. But I'm glad you were able to make it. So now you can catch me every time. Thank you, Tammy. Thank you. And I hope to see you. I hope to see you again. Guys, if you guys have TikTok, okay, catch me on TikTok too. I do the lives on TikTok, on Thursdays. I just kept it, I kept it back to back because I know some people don't have TikTok, so I do TikToks on Thursdays, and then I do the YouTubes on Fridays. Um, but if you do have TikTok, please follow me on there. We can speak, talk some more. And there are a lot of people on there, guys. A lot of people who join. And it would be really, really cool if you guys can, even for a few minutes, reach out to some people because you have a lot of people on there who have a lot of questions too. And right now I only have Amanda as my moderator, and she tries to, help with answering a lot of the questions. But there's some really cool people on there too, guys, who join the lives when I do the TikToks. And you guys would, you would be very, very helpful for a lot of people because you have a lot of people on there who have a lot of questions and they need some guidance. So if you're able to, I don't want to take you guys out of your routines or your schedules, but if you're able to, come show up for just a little bit, and maybe help talk to some people, help guide some people, I'd so appreciate it. You guys know I appreciate your input. I appreciate your telling your experiences. I appreciate. It's about that time. I just appreciate you guys in general. I really, really do. And it means a lot to the cause. It means a lot to the community. And it definitely, it would help a lot of people. I get so many questions and it's so hard to answer all of them. So if you could help us out, please join me on there. I would really appreciate it. Tammy, and you know something, you have come to the perfect place because we are the most sanest, craziest people you could come across. And we it's all about love. It's all love. It's all love. It's support. It's just being there for one another. It's just just helping other people. That's what it's about. That's all it really, really is about. Helping each other out, answering each other's questions, giving each other input. That's what it is. And I just having you guys a part of it, it just means a lot to me. It really does. It means so much more than you can think. And you know, like I said, you guys are my therapy. Believe that or not, you guys are my therapy, and I'm appreciative of it. What? But I am definitely appreciative of it. Appreciative. I think it's that time. I think it's that time. I'm gonna make some chocolate chip cookies. I'm gonna make some chocolate chip cookies. I'm gonna have something to drink. We're gonna probably watch some movies on Netflix, and try to get through this day. Thank you, Cicely. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. You guys are truly awesome. And now, look, you got to meet my dad. My dad gets to see how awesome you guys are, and how, you know, how amazing this is. It's been really, really amazing for me. And I'm hoping coming into 2022, we kick it off, fresh start, new things, new themes, and just a whole lot more, you know, so we can expand it so much more. And more videos. I will definitely be working on that for you guys. I haven't forgotten about you on that. A lot of the updated content will happen. Stella, sweetheart, thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, you hear her. That's why I'm distracted and I can't talk, because you keep laughing. Take your behind over there, please. Thank you very much. That's why I get distracted. She's always distracting me. She knows I have ADD, and yet she still insists. So, Anglosaurus. I hope I said it right. It's. How can I answer a question and you distracting me? It's a live chat. It's for a community of survivors of narcissistic abuse. My goodness. My goodness. All right, guys. Let me get off this, because I probably will be so completely distracted. So guys, I thank you all for being here tonight. Hopefully next week I'll have my hair done. I just didn't feel like doing it today. Really? Really?
That extra piece.
You done?
Yeah.
Not one peep.
Not one peep.
Good night, Cicely. Have a great night. Allie. Have a great night, sweetheart. Tammy. Love you all, guys. Have a wonderful night. Have a great weekend. Hope you all enjoy it. Please be sure to hit the like button on your way out. Share the video. If you know what, I don't even know if I want to share the video, because you done just took it to a whole new level. I love you all, guys. I hope you have a great night. I hope you have a great weekend. I will see you back here next week. And like I said, if you have TikTok, please definitely follow me on there. If you don't, please get it and come help me over there, because you guys always know I need your input. I need your help. You guys are my therapists. Don't forget that. All right, guys. Much love to you all. Love, peace, happiness, God's blessings, God's protection. You know, all of that good stuff. Tammy, thank you so much for joining. I do hope to see you here next week. And just, you're an awesome person. So Ty, thank you so much for having her join us. We're usually more professional, but I guess tonight was just one of those nights. So, and of course to my dad, thank you, Daddy, for joining. Thank you so much for seeing me in action. Alrighty. Love you, Dad. And guys, have a great night. I will see you next week. Good night, guys.